Hello? Oh, good morning, Miss Ross. I'm afraid Congressman Morley is still not available. Yeah, I will tell him. Goodbye.
That is all I need right now. Newspaper columnists.
Practices and interviews like going to the dentist.
No, I like to get my name in the paper as well as the next fellow. It's just that I don't have the time.
Having trouble?
Yes. It's just that this aid to working mothers bill won't come together.
What's the problem?
Well, there are thousands of women who work for a living and have to leave their children at home without proper supervision.
Not even babysitters?
That's just the point. They don't make enough to hire one of their own, so there's an obvious need for the government to help out.
What does Congressman Craig say?
He says, call me tomorrow. I'm busy today.
You still have not been able to get together? Well, he's some chairman.
I have been trying to reach that man every single day this week.
I know.
And if he is not meeting the press, he's advising youth, or perhaps appearing on a TV panel show, or even off on a junket inspecting something or other with a lot of reporters.
Maybe he would be more cooperative if you got some publicity. I think he believes the more publicity a man gets, the more influential he is.
If that were true, Zsa Zsa Gabor would be Speaker of the House.
Even so, if it would influence the chairman, it might be worthwhile.
Yeah.
Shall I get Miss Ross on the telephone for you?
I suppose so. But she's so superficial. She's just not one of those reporters who cares about the real issues.
Nevertheless, publicity is publicity.
I can see it now. Congressman Morley likes walking in the rain, raisins in his pudding, redheads.
Redheads?
Oh, well, you know, they never get anything right.
Brought to you by Lark Filter Cigarettes. Looking for flavor? Look into Lark. Lark, richly rewarding, uncommonly smooth.
All across America, smokers who are looking for flavor are looking into Lark for a new kind of rich, smooth taste no other cigarette can imitate. Lark tastes richly rewarding, uncommonly smooth, and it's easy to see why. Only Lark has two outer filters, plus an inner chamber of charcoal granules that are enriched for flavor. Enriched for flavor by Lark's own special process.
Good taste. Smooth.
That's why I switched. If you're looking for a good taste no other cigarette can imitate, look into Lark.
Looking for flavor, look into Lark.
Lark, richly rewarding, uncommonly smooth.
I am most gratified at this opportunity to enlist your support on this most important issue.
Congressman, do you think European women are sexier than American women?
Well, I'm afraid you'll have to ask the Committee on Foreign Affairs about that. As I was saying, these children left alone all day to their own devices.
Personal preference, blonde, brunette?
At the moment, my interest in women is centered on working mothers. Miss Roth, federal aid to working mothers is very important.
To working mothers. As one of the capital's most eligible bachelors, are you going steady, engaged, playing the field?
I am spending my time, Miss Roth, trying to determine how our government can best assist thousands of neglected children.
How sweet. Well, then.
Excuse me. I thought perhaps you might want some refreshment.
Thank you, Katy. Miss Roth, Miss Holstrom.
How do you do?
Miss Holstrom, you're the governess.
Yeah, I'm the governess.
Well,
About that committee, Miss Roth.
about the governess, Mr. Morley.
Yeah?
How do you feel about this arrangement?
I feel preschool-age children must have proper supervision.
I see. You're involved in political problems, too.
I'm not involved. I'm interested.
It must be convenient to have someone with whom to discuss these matters.
Oh, yes. Katie's quite helpful.
Oh, that interests me. In what way? Does she give you ideas?
Sure, sometimes.
How else does she help you? Does she pick out your clothes?
Miss Roth, I'll tell you exactly how she helps me. When I find that I must excuse myself to return to business, she finishes interviews for me and supplies the answers to all those important questions you ask.
Did she also tell you not to get sassy with the press?
Not yet, but I expect I'll be hearing something further on that subject a little later.
You may be excused, Congressman. I think Miss Holstrom can give me the information I want.
Oh, well, if you'd rather... Very well. I thank you for the interview.
Not at all, Congressman. Thank you.
See you later, Katy.
Goodbye, Mr. Morley.
Now then, cast of characters. The boys, the congressman, you, in this house, right?
Right. Except there is one more.
Oh?
Another woman.
Isn't that exciting? Another woman.
You're his mother.
Oh, Craig.
Oh. Hello, Molly.
Hi. Horace, can we finally set a definite date for our preliminary meeting?
Well, sure. Is 2:30 okay?
You mean that you're free? You're not throwing out the first ball at the Little League or something?
Not a thing scheduled.
Well, I can't believe it. Not even one interview?
Listen, who are you kidding? Melinda Roth with her circulation? That's worth a dozen ordinary interviews.
You heard.
Well, of course I heard. She canceled out with me in order to do a column on you. You must be pretty hot copy.
No, not really.
Oh, now don't be modest, Congressman. 2:30?
Fine.
I'll make it a point to be on time.
Good. Hi, Fred.
Oh, hi.
Would you reserve me a copy of the Globe Dispatch today?
Oh, sure thing, Congressman. I'm expecting it in about a half hour.
I think there's an article about me in it.
Oh, okay. I'll hold one for you.
While you're at it, Fred, you might as well make it half a dozen copies.
Oh, Congressman, if you care to make that a dozen, I can give you a 10% discount.
Morley has a fine record of public service. However, as we probe deeper into the pattern of Congressman Morley's life, we find that although he's a widower, he is not free of feminine influence. In the very lovely form of blonde, statuesque Miss Katy Holstrom.
Right, witty, modern as tomorrow. The very able Miss Holstrom certainly impressed us with her political know-how.
And brought to mind the age-old question, how many decisions of state have been formulated not by the statesman, but by the lady who has his ear. Oh, boy, that's a kicker.
Judging by the mood Miss Roth was in, maybe it's a good thing she did cancel with you.
No, I just get the idea my collaborator's a little less informed in these matters than I gave him credit for.
Well, if I know you, he'll have a lesson in public relations before he's through.
I think he could use one, don't you?
Don't ask me, Congressman. I'm no power behind the throne. I'm just happy to get my typing and filing done on time. Good afternoon, Congressman.
Hello, Stella.
Oh, hello, Molly. Make yourself a cup.
All right, thank you. Well, I'm sure you've done a great deal of preliminary thinking on this.
Oh, have I?
Now, let's see. The average income of employed females with preschool children amounts...
Never mind the background. What have you come up with?
Come up with? I thought we were working on this together.
That we will.
Well, good. As a matter of fact, I do have a few rough ideas.
Fine. And I want you to know that I don't care whether they're your own or Miss Holstrom's.
I beg your pardon?
Oh. Guess you haven't seen this yet.
Fine, fine. Well, back to the bill. Do you have any suggestions?
Why don't I just leave all that to you?
What do you mean by all that?
The formulating of the bill. Sure, if you can't handle it by yourself, Miss Holstrom would be happy to give you a hand.
All right, now, hold on a minute.
You sure have a lot to learn about handling the press.
You ought to know. You spend half your time with reporters.
At least half. That's the point.
What is the point?
Don't be naive. Why do you think most bills have two congressmen's names on them?
Because they're created by two men.
I prefer to say created by one and sold by the other. Now, if you write the bill and I maneuver to get it passed, is my contribution any the less?
I think so.
Well, that's your opinion. But you just take care of your end of it and leave the rest to me. Now, Mr. Congressman, if you'll excuse me, I have an appointment with the press. On behalf of our bill.
Of course not. Boys, I think your father's home.
Hi, Dad.
Hello, Steve.
Hi, Dad.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Morley. Welcome home.
Thank you very much. What is going on here? A man's home is certainly his castle around here these days.
Feel better?
Yes, I suppose I do.
There you go. Looks great. Comfortable?
Thank you, and yes, I am.
Nice and dry, just the way you like it.
Thank you very much. Good evening, Mother.
Hi.
What, nothing from you? Not so much as a newly knit scarf? Well, how has everything gone around here today?
We're getting ready for the game at school, and I was supposed to pitch. So I practiced for about a half an hour this afternoon, and then the coach walked up to me and he said, "You know, I've been watching the way you pitch, and I decided you should play shortstop."
How about you, Katy? How did your day go?
Well, I did a little shopping at the supermarket. There was a woman passing out free samples of cocktail frankfurters. One lady ate 6 of them, and then she said, "I'd buy a can, but I don't like them."
Yes.
I went to the beauty parlor and met all the girls, and nothing happened.
Martini all right?
Fine. Well, happy days.
I was pitching, see, and the coach said to me,
Shortstop.
"Yeah, shortstop."
No one wants to mention the article, right?
You read the article?
Of course I read the article.
And you're not sore?
Why should I be? Katy certainly deserves the recognition.
Mr. Morley, you are a wonderful man. I was so worried when I read the article because she made it sound like I said things I really did not say, and it was all about me, and it was supposed to be about you.
Never mind, Katy. Melinda Roth is entitled to write as she sees fit.
Boys, you see before you the example of a mature man.
All right, boys, now that the excitement is over, time to do your homework.
Let's wait and see if the excitement starts up again.
Trivsanet. What's that? Swedish for get going.
Well, it looks as if everyone in Washington had read that article.
It did upset you, didn't it?
Oh, I wouldn't say upset. I'd say more enlightened. I mean, there's nothing like the written word to show exactly what's going on in front of one's nose.
It was a dreadful piece.
Oh, on the contrary, it was quite accurate. Katy has dominated much of my thinking lately.
Now...
She has given me suggestions, and I have taken them. She is the power behind the throne. Well, my eyes are open now.
Katy has given you nothing but loyal friendship. It's not fair of you to be angry with her.
Angry? Oh, I'm not angry.
You look angry to me.
Mother, I am not angry. At least not angry enough to actually kill.
What can compare to the rich, shining color of a little girl's hair? So like your own before it began to fade and show gray. But it's too early to let dull hair dull away your looks. And why should you? When in minutes with Miss Clairol, you can turn back the clock to the rich, shining color you had as a child. So soft, so silky. If we hadn't just shown you, you might wonder, does she or doesn't she? With Miss Clairol, hair color so natural, only her hairdresser knows for sure. Only Miss Clairol has the depth of color to cover gray completely, to deepen, brighten, or just renew the lovely, lively shade you had as a child. Try it yourself. You'll know why hairdressers recommend it, and more women use it than any other hair coloring. Miss Clairol Hair Color Bath, the natural-looking hair coloring.
Yeah, there certainly is a great need. Thank you very much for calling. Goodbye.
Another request for speech?
Yeah.
That's what comes of being a celebrity.
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. Good morning, darling.
Good morning, Mother. Good morning, Katy.
Good morning. Orange juice?
I think I'd like half a grapefruit this morning, please.
Oh, there is some orange juice all squeezed.
Half a grapefruit, if you don't mind.
Of course. Hello, Morley Residence. Yeah, this is Miss Holstrom. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm all... could you call back later? Thank you. Goodbye.
Something important?
No, it was just for me. Grapefruit.
Please.
Mr. Morley, I was thinking about your problem. You know, I saw an elderly lady with a little child.
On second thought, perhaps we'd better skip the grapefruit.
It gave me an idea. Just coffee?
As a matter of fact, I think that today I would rather have a cup of tea.
Oh, there's a whole pot of coffee already made.
Tea would be very nice.
Hello? Yeah, but Miss Holstrom cannot speak now. Please call back. I'm sorry, I'll get the tea. Oh, what I wanted to say was...
Perhaps we'd better forget the tea altogether. I'm afraid that I'm going to be late.
No, but I think you should know what I think your committee
Katy,
should be doing.
perhaps we'll talk about it another time.
You know?
Perhaps.
See? He did not want to hear my idea.
That was my impression.
And the article did make him angry.
He's not so much angry as defensive. Inside every proud, self-confident, mature man, there's a frightened little boy struggling to get out.
Suppose a bonus plan were set up.
Couldn't you have done your pacing before you got here?
Tax relief. Maybe tax relief for mothers. Well, haven't you got any suggestions?
I was going to suggest you sit down.
There must be an answer to this somewhere.
Well, of course there is. Why not talk it over with Miss Holstrom? You can bring her suggestions to the committee meeting.
And how would you hear about it with your record of attendance at meetings? Every time there's a roll call, the clerk says, "Come in, mystery congressman, and sign in, please."
You're very quick to criticize my performance.
Because I have not seen any performance. You expect me to do the whole job.
Correction. Here's what I have already done. The public is alerted and interested. Committee is responsive and anxious to consider legislation. And the Congress is very receptive to the idea of solving this whole problem.
Yeah?
Yeah. And all because of publicity. Now, Mr. Congressman, may I suggest that you stop sulking because of your bad press and start to shape up and pull your own weight?
Now, hold on a minute. I think you're way out of line.
Am I? Well, I've done my work. How about you?
Well, how's it going?
Swell.
No, really.
Statistics, figures, computations, but still no answer. And I am sure it's right here under my nose.
Or at least somewhere in the house.
Mother.
Isn't this exciting, ladies? An important discussion.
Certainly better than sitting around waiting for your name to come up in the carpool.
Yes, I feel like a regular David Susskind.
Sit down, Miss Holstrom, won't you?
We can eat anytime. We're interested in what you have to say.
Well, talking to you ladies yesterday gave me an idea. Yes? It isn't what you say, but where and to whom you say it.
I don't understand.
I think you will very soon.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't know that we had company.
Oh, come in and say hello.
Mrs. Schuyler, Mrs. Buckman.
How do you do?
Mrs. Lever, this is Congressman Morley.
How do you do, ladies?
Oh, we've been dying to meet you, Congressman. We were so impressed with the article about you.
You were?
Oh, yes.
Of course, I know your voting record, but I didn't really think it did you justice.
Why, thank you, ma'am.
The third best attendance record in the House, isn't it?
Second. Well, it was certainly a very informative article.
Especially the part about Miss Holstrom. Tea, Mr. Morley?
No thanks, Katy. As a matter of fact, I have to get back to work. They raked me over the coals today.
Oh, Congressman, you are so to be envied, being vital, important.
Juggling the destiny of a nation.
Well, yes.
Listen, I envy you just having some place to go every day.
There's something to be said for that.
You can be perfectly healthy and dying to work.
But you end up hanging around, wasting your time. What we need is a purpose in life.
And a little extra income wouldn't hurt either. That's why when we read about Miss Holstrom giving you ideas...
I made it myself.
I'm sure that you have tried to get employment.
Oh, you know how men feel about hiring a woman over 40. They'd rather have 2 20s.
Congressman, well, we read about your committee to help young mothers. Isn't there something to be done for us old mothers? It seems like the two problems go hand in glove.
Yes, it certainly does. Government-sponsored nursery schools, staffed by guess who? A whole generation that is going to waste. That is who. Young mothers working, older mothers babysitting.
Go on, Mr. Morley. It sounds like a wonderful idea.
There are thousands and thousands of perfectly capable older women who are willing to work for smaller wages.
And needing very little training.
Very little, depending on education and experience. Well, there are a few wrinkles to be ironed out, but basically it is marvelous. I'm going to call Craig right now. Would you ladies please excuse me?
Oh, yes.
Miss Holstrom, could I see you for a moment, please?
Certainly. Excuse me.
This is the idea you were trying to tell me all along, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
It's a good idea.
Thank you, Mr. Morley.
It's a very good idea, Katy, and it shows that men and women really can work together.
I think so.
Unless the woman happens to be Melinda Roth.
Yeah.
It was unfair for her to say that you made all the decisions.
Absolutely.
When obviously I do. For example, tonight, we are going out to dinner together.
Very well. May I suggest the steakhouse?
You certainly may. However, we are going to the Fisherman's Dory.
I like steak.
You will eat fish.
Fine. Shall I be ready about 6?
No. Let's call it 7. You see what I mean?
No. I see you're going to be difficult from now on.
No. Unless I say so.
Mr. Morley.
Yes?
You're very cute when you're difficult.
See that you keep it in mind.
Certainly. The farmer's daughter will be right back after this message.
Finn Gerhold is a chef in Utah. Joan Lakow makes dress patterns. Fillmore Hardy is an industrial designer. What do they have in common? They like a mild smoke, but they just don't like filters. That's why they're Chesterfield people. The tobaccos in Chesterfield King are grown mild, aged mild, blended mild. So if you like a mild smoke, but you don't like filters, join the Chesterfield people. Get Chesterfield King.
You bet. Well, it looks like we're going to get final approval from the committee within the week.
I imagine Congressman Craig must be very pleased.
That's hard to say. He wasn't there.
Oh, where was he?
Off on some political junket with a bunch of reporters. Where else?
It's a shame you have to share credit with him.
Oh, I don't mind, really. He has me half convinced that he really is a faux partner. Hello. Yes, this is Congressman Morley speaking. Oh, you did? No, I'm familiar with the program. It's on Tuesday night. Isn't it Washington Hot Seat? 8:30. Well, all right. Yes, it's a date. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
It's going to be on Washington Hot Seat? Oh, good. You'll be wonderful on that program.
No, you see, it isn't me they want. It's you.
I would not know what to say.
Well, I'll help you with it. Unless you don't want a man behind the woman.
I do. I need you.
Just to help with the TV show?
There are other things.
Tell me about them.
I cannot do that.
Why not?
I would not want Melinda Ross to think I was giving you any idea.
You may tell Miss Roth that this is my idea.
Looking for flavor? Look into Lark. Only Lark has 2 outer filters, plus an inner chamber of charcoal granules that are enriched for flavor. If you're looking for a good taste no other cigarette can imitate, look into Lark.
Looking for flavor, look into Lark.
Lark, richly rewarding, uncommonly smooth.
The Farmer's Daughter has been brought to you by Lark Filter Cigarettes. Looking for flavor? Look into Lark. Lark, richly rewarding, uncommonly smooth.
A Screen Gems production.